What's up, YouTube? Been wanting one of these for a minute. Not easy to get. I only wanted the new one, and one of the best slicers you'll ever get your hands on. Sorry for the sniffles, but I guess the flu got my butt, or a cold. I don't know what it is. This is not one that's super easy to get a hold of, and good job of packing that, bro. Always a happy day when you see that box. But damn, I don't want to scratch my box up. Dude used like $20 worth of freaking tape on this. Anyways, not easy to get. Like people that's got these, they hold on to them, and most of them out there's been used, so it's not one that you get to see very often, or you get the opportunity to buy, should I say. And it is the Spyderco. It's a brand new one. Absolute banger of a slicer. If you want a super slicey knife, this is a super slicey knife. It's in N690 CO or N690. Slip joint. And like I said, one of the most slicey knives you'll ever put your hands on. If you like blades that cut like a laser beam, well, that's what this is. Beautiful unmolested Spyderco, well, in this case Maniago. It's made in Maniago, Italy, but very, very good edge on this one here. They really are great knives. Super ergonomic. Like, these are very, very good user knives. And that's exactly why they're so hard to find new, even if you don't mind paying a premium for them. If you find them for a new one's going to cost you, if you do come across it, you're probably going to pay around anywhere between $100 on the low end and $130 on probably about average. You're not going to get them for much cheaper than that. And it's really hard to find new ones because they make such a great user knife, and people that buy them, they use them. So when they come up to be sold, they've had 5-10 sharpenings on them, and they've been well used. So it's pretty difficult to get these babies unmolested. Yeah, I was really happy to get a hold of this one. I also have I have another black one, which is my user, and it's been used a ton. And I also have an orange one, just brand new. starting to be about time for a new one. On the black one that I got, it's been sharpened a lot. I'm probably going to do a regrind on it and knock it back down because it's getting a little thick. You know, I probably sharpened it all the way up. Probably about that much is gone. About that much steel is gone. So, you know, it's starting to get thick up here. I'll probably do a regrind on it to get another, 5-10 sharpenings out of it before it's done. But that's what I bought this one for. That way, when that one's time to be retired, I have a brand new one ready to go. Like, if you have the opportunity to get one of these and it's not been sharpened to death, I'm telling you, they're awesome. Like, in my opinion, like the UK PK, you can buy them now, and the UK PK is an awesome knife, but the geometry of this knife is better. Like the UK PK, it really is a great knife, but I mean, well, you can see. Just look how thin that edge bevel is. That tells you. Ow! Damn it! I just cut myself. No, it grabbed me. Anyways, that's not reground. That's the factory grind, and you see it's quite thin. That's a very thin edge bevel. So it's quite thin behind the edge, and the UK PK, the geometry just isn't. It's good, but not that good. Like you can get, for example, UK PK, you get it in, for example, S110V. Man, I would be stoked for one of these right here in S110V, or especially S90V. But don't hate on N690 too much, especially if it's done well. And this is, I'm kind of hard on Maniago with the like their M390. This is way too soft, but I'll give them credit. LMAX and N690, they have it down to a science. Their N690 is done very, very well, as is their LMAX. You get quite good performance out of this stuff, and with as thin behind the edges it is, and that overall very thin geometry, the thing just slices like crazy. Don't put too high grit of an edge on it. Keep it 600 or less, and this thing will perform very, very, very good for you. And they're super lightweight. They're stout, rock solid, no blade play. They have a half stop. They snapped it. Man, broke my thumbnail off yesterday. That's a sore finger, buddy. I do wish that these, had a larger hole like the UK PK, so you could one hand them. But at the same time, that's also part of the charm. It being a two-handed knife is part of the charm. It's part of what makes the knife what it is. And XL gloved hands, easy 4-finger grip, plenty to spare if you're on the choil. If you're not on the choil, it's 3-finger knife, but this knife was made to be used like this. Like that, super comfortable in hand, and shockingly, for as small and light of a knife as it is, these things are very capable. Like, they are a very capable little knife. And you got a nice stout detent right here. These are they have a back spring, of course, but this here is under the back spring tension. But here it locks in with the back spring and a detent. So it's stout. Like that's a stout lockup. You're not gonna close this thing on your fingers accidentally. Like it's stout out here. You got to push quite hard to break that lock point. But I say they're light. I believe they're under 2 ounces. I'm not 100% sure, but they're a light knife. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. 1.9 ounces basically. It's a great little 5th pocket carry and a great main carry. Like, I don't know. I wish Spyderco would not have discontinued this model. I really wish they wouldn't have discontinued this one. This knife is a pretty incredible knife, and if you really like super slicey knives, you should be able to go to the store and buy one of these. But sadly, they're discontinued, and they're getting harder and harder to get. And like I said, getting new ones nowadays and not paying 150 bucks. It's rare because they're hard to come by. You go look on eBay, and when they pop up, you'll see them for around 100 occasionally, and I mean really occasionally, like very rarely. And then you'll see them a couple here and there. It'd be 120, 130, 140, and they sell at that. Like, people, they might. I seen one on eBay for I think about 130 and $30 shipping because it's coming from overseas. So 160 bucks, and it was up, for about 2 weeks, and somebody bought it. Like, personally, I would not pay 160 bucks for it. Like, as much as I love the knife, about 100 is my limit on it because of what it is, But they're difficult to get at $100 for a new one, like a truly new one. This is a truly new one. So, the Spidey K is a damn good knife. If you ever get the opportunity to pick one up, don't pass it up. It's an awesome little super slicer. Like, I love them. I wish Spyderco, I wish they would have did this design here, or bring it back and do it here in Golden, and make us a couple sprints of it. Man, one of these in S90V or S110V, or especially something like 4V or 10V. Yeah, that would be the ticket right there. Come on, River's Edge. Call up Eric and tell him, hey, make me a batch of Spidey K's as a 10V exclusive. I'm just kidding. I know that ain't gonna happen, but man, that would be badass. One of these in 10V would be badass. All right, guys. Get you a Spidey K if you got the opportunity to. And if you're sick, I hope you feel better than me.